What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Y'all already saw it. New beat.
Yo,
Not new video, but new beat. I had to get new beat. Shout out to Raiders Down Yonder, of course. Man, y'all already seen it, so I don't really need to say too much. Coming in today, we have 2 people only for the moment. We'll see if any more people drop through. Comment section, you already got this link. Click this if you want to. I can only have 2 other people show, or 3 others. Sorry, I'm tweaking right now. I can have 3 other people join. So, but yeah, we have some topics, stuff I came up with, and something I saw. Some of these are just things I've seen. But yeah, we're gonna get into the first topic of tonight. This is possibly the worst question I have to answer. I have to ask you guys. Worst question I want. It's not even something I want to show you guys. This is how dumb it is. Like, what? Who asked this type of question?
what? Yeah, I don't even understand that question.
Bro, listen. So I got to watch this guy's video. He talked about how. So we have him as a 3 deep safety. He's someone that can cover that back end really well. He said in today's NFL, that's useless. Not true.
Oh.
Right off the bat, it's not useless. It's one of the most bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, this past year, he said as many good plays as he gave up double the amount of bad plays. I don't know what that was supposed to mean or where these concepts came up. He was just making shit out of his ass. So don't even go give this guy the view, right? He's looking for views and clicks, and that was pretty relevant to what I saw. No, Moehrig will be a top tier safety. He was already a top 12 safety in today's league. Like, he already played like that. He was really good last year, and he didn't give up that many bad plays. So if someone tells you he gave up a lot of plays, you can go ask them. Just go ask him, what bad plays did he give up? He didn't really give up that many. Yes, he dropped an interception against Washington, but I'm not worried about that. I think Trevor Moehrig is a top tier. He's gonna be a top tier safety in today's league. So number 1, the shit he pulled out of his ass. Number 1, 3D safety is not useless in today's NFL. He covers your back end, and as long as he can cover back. Here's the problem, though. What I saw, right? You're comparing these guys' play styles when they're completely different. Abram is a thumper. He will knock you the fuck out. Moehrig will not do that. He said Moehrig was useless in the run. Well, what do you want him to do from the very back end to defend the back end? Like, I don't know.
True.
I don't know, man.
That's why the Raiders have Abram. They have him in the run game.
That's my point, though. Abram is a better run stopper. Moehrig is a better pass coverage. They're completely different play styles. And I'll tell you this positively. I'm taking Moehrig over Abram any day of the week.
Definitely.
So the fact that this was even raised as a question was just
great.
horrible.
Yeah.
Moehrig will not be the next Abram. Moehrig, to me, had better coverage. He might be a better tackler. He's better in coverage, and he is definitely not useless in the run.
Definitely.
To come out here and let me recite this, because he said he gave up too many bad plays. Well, what bad plays did he give up this year? Because I recite this whole year, and I didn't see that many bad plays.
Me neither.
So I mean, I think his points were just coming out of his ass. Don't even give him a view. Right, that's just how bad it was. I don't know how long y'all want to stick on this conversation, but Morig will not be the next Abram. If you tell me you see Abram and Morig, you might want to get your eyes checked. What are you guys' views on this?
I feel like it's a dumb question because because one, you brought up the point, they're totally different play styles, and then two is that I feel like Merrick is going to improve this year, even though he has a new coordinator. He has Patrick Graham, and then the Raiders end up signing Deron Harmon in free agency.
So he doesn't have to cover the entire field, guys. He doesn't. Yep. It's not going to be his role. So like in this defense, and Abram will be a Swiss Army knife. He'll be utilized all over the field. So
yep.
And I think he can be a better safety than Tyrann Mathieu was. Like Tyrann Mathieu in his prime was one of the best safeties in the league, no doubt. But I mean, Morig he can be one of the best tacklers, one of the best coverage guys, and he can get a lot. He can be the lurker that we've been wanting. He can create turnovers. So no, this was a completely bad question to raise. So I don't know. You guys can keep giving your thoughts on this.
Yeah, different play styles. It's like comparing apples to oranges, or in more of a football terms. Think about it like this. I'm going to use the two most prominent Cowboys linebackers maybe of the past 5 years: Leighton Vander Esch and Micah Parsons from last year. Micah Parsons, he's basically like a hybrid defensive end / speedster. He's not going to be well off the run. Firstly, he's more of a sit back right there, or like sit and then immediately dart to where the QB is. He's like a hybrid ball hawk linebacker, if that makes sense. Leighton Vander Esch is more conservative. He's gonna scout. He's more like this brains of the defense. He's gonna scout the offensive line. He's gonna look for the different formations. He's gonna look for, motions. He's gonna see the QB's eyes. He's gonna try and read out the plays. He is their Mike. Micah Parsons is their their weak side or strong side linebacker. You cannot compare it. It's the same thing. Like Morig, he's the brains of the secondary. That's what you do as a free safety. Your job is to play as deep as you can, or play your man if you're on a man formation. And strong safety, it's in the name. A strong safety. You're supposed to be physical, bruising. That is what Abram is. Morig is in no way the same player as Abram besides the position they play. There's no reason to compare them or even mention that he is going to be as much or like have as little, if not the same potential or skill set that Abram has. It's just not. It's not saying to ponder that reality.
I think even potential-wise, Morig is going to be better, and he has a long-term.
Oh, absolutely. He was one of the best safeties coming out of the draft in 2021, besides the Holland guy who got drafted by Miami.
Honestly, if he never got injured, he could have been the first-round pick. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Moving forward, I think this was just a terrible take. He just needed something to talk about, something to just be
something to get something to get people angry, which is what you want out of a take like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Abram and Morig, they're not the same player. You cannot compare them because of the way they play. Their skill sets and their styles of play are different. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, agree. Morgan and him are nowhere near alike. So, again, so I want to talk about this CBS Sports. God, man, I'll read off the 5 most improved teams. You can tell me what you think, because this is just dumb. We were top 5, but we were lower than I thought we should have been.
Let's see.
He has the Colts as the most improved team in the league.
Okay, I can see that from a certain angle.
2 was Denver.
Yeah, no. I don't know 2, but they're improved though.
Yeah, they improved, but I don't think it's 2.
3 was Miami.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
4 was Philly.
What?
4 was the Eagles.
Okay, they got AJ Brown, but that was really all they did.
we'll actually go more in depth on this here in a second. And then number 5 was the Raiders. So here's my point, right? And you guys give your thoughts on this too. But the Colts,
It makes sense. They have Matt
They-
Ryan. You know, they got
they weren't. They're not. They're
no.
no. I don't
Mhm.
care what. I don't care what they got. They got
Right.
defense. They got
I mean,
defense.
on paper they got better. Like as much as people
On
hate Carson Wentz,
paper, as much as people want to admit they got better, they're nowhere in our ballpark. They got Matt Ryan, but tell me the difference between him and Carson Wentz. Because let's be honest,
Matt Ryan has more playoff experience. He's more of
it's
a
not
veteran leader.
Here's my
That's
point.
the only thing.
Because you gave him a worse offense than you gave Carson Wentz. You did. The offense regressed. Outside of Matt Ryan, what weapons does he have outside of Michael Pittman?
He has
They
Jonathan
lost-
Taylor.
They lost
Right, but
Zach
that's the
Pascal. They lost T.Y. Hilton. They lost their 2 and 3, and they didn't
Yeah.
replace him. So, and they have no tight end option. They don't.
They really
I
don't.
don't. Listen,
Who do they have? Mo Alley Cox?
Sergey Brown still there?
I don't know. I don't. But Denver, to me, just based off one really good move, I can't put them over us. I can't. I just can't. Like, that's just, I know. Miami, whatever. I don't care, right? They Miami. They'll
Yeah.
fail. They will fail. Number 4 being Philly. Okay,
Philly. I don't know. Philly.
Let me
One
break this
move. I don't know Philly. is
Time out.
good.
Let me break this down for you. They had 2 good moves. If you compare the 2 moves from us and to them, A.J. Brown is nowhere near. A.J. Brown is a top maybe 15. I'll give him maybe 15. He's overrated. Eagle fans tell me he's top 10. He's not. I'm not taking him over Terry McLaurin. Listen, I look at it, and I like what I see from them. I like the potential, but your team is going to be fully dependent on quarterback play this year. If your season's dependent on quarterback play, I don't want to hear from your team. I really don't. I don't want to hear from your fan base. I don't care. They might not win their division. And that's not a hot take. That's the truth. Carson Wentz is the second best quarterback in that division. And he's got the best situation coming into the year. He's got a real wide receiver 1. He's got a real good offense next to him. He's got an elite defense if it plays the right system.
Yep.
Philadelphia, to me, has become one of the more overrated teams in the league. And you can pin that, Eagle fans, you can pin that shit. Your team is over-fucking-rated. Your offseason's over-fucking-rated. James Bradbury was among the worst corners in the NFL. He was. He got cooked. He allowed 950 yards this year. That's not good. That's not. Hassan Reddick, fine. But he's not better than Chandler Jones. He's not. Devontae and Chandler Jones mixed up more than anything that they did. Jaquiski Tartt is nice, but he was the reason San Fran wasn't in that Super Bowl. He was. And he's not better than Trayvon Moore. I don't ever want to hear that shit again. I don't. What else did they do this offseason? What, am I missing something? What else did they do? They got James Bradbury. James Bradbury has had one good year.
That was 2020.
I'm taking Rocky Sin over him because he ranked in the top 5 man coverage corners in the NFL. I'm taking him over. So, I mean, what did the Eagles do?
Honestly, I didn't even keep up with the Eagles.
Here's the two.
Yes.
Here, let me say this. Here's the one thing that I think maybe has pushed it over: the draft position or the drafting of Jordan Davis, a defensive tackle from Georgia, that big motherfucker. I think they are going to overestimate his value there, and he's, I wouldn't expect him to be that big of an influence if they're going to run a 3-4 scheme over there. Because, Fletcher Cox is back on that restructured deal.
Yes.
I think Nakobe Dean, he's going to have to recover a bit from that injury as well. I don't think he's going going to be as like maybe later into the season. There's still the injury concerns. That was a big red flag in draft. That's why he slipped around.
I mean, we can make it. We
player.
can make a debate. The Raiders even had a better draft with Neil Farrell, Thayer Moonford, Dylan Parham, Zamir White. Those guys were all steals because they were projected earlier. That's my point.
Mhm.
So, and dude, don't get me wrong. Jordan Davis is nice, but come on, we overestimated what he is. We don't even know what their linebacker is. We don't.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. We'll see. But I don't got their offseason over us. I got us as a top 5 offseason. Even the coaching staff has to be involved in this. We got one of the best defensive coordinators in the league.
Mm-hmm.
In the league. So, we'll see. I see a top 15 defense from this. I see a top 10 pass rush. I see a top 20 defensive back group. I really do. So, the fact that the Eagles got so ranked, I think we had top 3, 4. And you know what? Yes, you can make the debate. The Broncos might have had a better offseason. Sure, I'll give them that. But their coaching sucks. Don't get me started on Nathaniel Hackett. What has he proved? Nothing. He's never
worked
proved
with Aaron Rodgers. It's not just that.
He worked with Aaron Rodgers, but he wasn't part of the offense. I don't want to hear that. Matt LaFleur was the only reason that offense was good. If they had Nathaniel Hackett, they were going to not be that good. They wasn't. So you can tell me what you want, and that's fine. But Nathaniel Hackett, bro.
I don't know. It's just we have to wait and see. That's all you can say in retaliation for this. Just wait and see.
Yep.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait for some of these teams to fail. I think we hit a top 5 offseason. But what do I know?
Honestly, I'm surprised they don't have the Chargers on there. I thought they would have put the Chargers probably over over Philly.
Maybe this is the start of not dick riding the motherfucking Chargers. I'm sorry. I'm not high on them. I'm not. And you know what? The only team I'm high on is the Chiefs because they have Patrick fucking Mahomes. And until proven otherwise that they can be beaten, I'm not putting any team over them. We are number 2 in this division. We're competing for number 1, but we're not number 1 yet until we prove it on the field. What Raiders will make the Pro Bowl this year?
Honestly, I have a couple. I probably have.
I'll be honest.
4. I have
4.
There's some obvious ones, and there's some hot takes.
I'll keep it like this. I don't really care who shows up to the Pro Bowl. I don't care if you make your selection that they're in the Pro Bowl. I don't care if you're in the Pro Bowl because that shows me you weren't in the Super Bowl. So I don't really care. I'll leave it at this. Derek Carr will make the Pro Bowl. You know what? This past year, he was 100% better than Mac Jones. Don't ever try and debate that with me.
Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Get off Mac Jones. Patriot fans, get off Mac Jones' dick. Y'all not making the playoffs this year. Y'all some fucking shit, bro. Y'all are the 3rd best team in your division. And Colin Cowherd, bro. What have you been smoking, bro? I've seen some of the videos you made. You said that you had the Steelers over us at one point. I don't know if you still live by that. Maybe you don't. And hell, I don't give a shit. It was just a stupid take. But Derek Carr, to me, can make the Pro Bowl. Devontae can. And Darren Waller can on the offense. Max Crosby can make the Pro Bowl on the defense. Trayvon Moehrig can make the Pro Bowl. And maybe even Rock Ya-Sin. I see about 6, maybe. 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Yes, 5 to 6 is a good number.
I would say Divine Diablo can be in that conversation, depending on his season.
I hope so. I hope so, man.
If we have 7 Pro Bowlers, that just shows a successful season. That's a successful roster.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. And I'm not going to come out here and say, listen, if we don't go to Super Bowl, it's not a successful season, because that's not true. The expectations I'm going to talk about in a moment. So you guys tell me your Pro Bowl picks, and we'll get into the next topic in a moment.
All right. So for my Pro Bowl picks, I have Devontae Adams, Darren Waller if he could stay healthy, maybe Derek Carr. I'm not sure.
I think he'll have a.
It's kind of a make or break year for him
Adams,
though.
I'll be honest. I don't think if I'm the Raiders, I think if you're selected, don't show up. The Pro Bowl to me has become a joke.
It has.
Mm.
Last year they were barely even touching each other. They were playing 2-inch touch.
Yeah.
Fuck that 2-inch touch, bro. I don't know. So I don't know. Who do you guys got on the defensive side of the ball? And no, you can give me your offensive too if you want.
Yeah. I see. Well, obviously Devontae Adams is most likely going to make it. It's a fan voting thing, so he's probably going to be there. Darren Waller depends on production. Hunter Renfrow depends on the production.
Yeah.
Carr again. It depends on if the Raiders are one of the top seeds. If they're not the division winner, I don't expect to see Carr in the Pro Bowl. Sadly, even if he goes, I don't care how good he is. If for some reason that he's not, there's going to be people out there who don't.
When you mentioned fan voting, I was going to say, I don't even think Devontae is cleared to make it because he's a Raider. We have to remember that he's a Raider now. So,
right. I don't think it's going to change how people see him, though. Just because he's the bad boy in the silver and black now, it's not like he chose it because of his personality. He chose it to come closer to Derek Carr, and people can respect that and understand that. I hope. With that being said, Devontae Adams should still be a shoo-in if he has one of those seasons he's had with Aaron Rodgers for the past 5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
I see Darren Waller in the Pro Bowl. I do. If he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Right. That's the caveat.
I think defensively, Max Crosby, Chandler Jones, Rocky Sin, Divine Diablo are all guys that can make it. I don't see Denzel going back. I just don't. I'll be honest. I really don't. And then Trayvon Warwick is another guy.
All right. I can see that.
I have a quick hot take. Before we can go off this topic, I have a quick hot take.
Okay.
I feel like Jonathan Abram, I don't think he's gonna make it, but he's gonna be in the conversation for it. And I'll explain why. As a safe, he was the best tackling safety out of last year. He had the most tackles out of all those guys, and what I see him, we know his coverage. He can't cover for anything, but he's a good run stopper, and
if he's in the right,
position, could be a reason why.
I think if he's in the right position, he can be there.
Here's what I think. If Abram is going to make a Pro Bowl, it's because he's got so much exposure from the NFL, like social media teams, because of highlight plays or big hits. It's not going to be because people recognize him as a solid defender. It's going to be because he's flashy, he can make big plays, and he can shock you with random stuff on the field.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see Abram making it to the Pro Bowl this year. Before I say defense, who I think, I want to mention, I do think Cole Miller has a shot at going back to the Pro Bowl this year. I think he missed it last season. So
he was snubbed. He was snubbed. Statistically, it's been proven he had a much better year than Orlando Brown. I don't care. He's a top 5 left tackle in this league.
Mm-hmm. As for defense, Crosby put this in production easy. He should make it. Chandler Jones, same situation with Devontae Adams, name brand. He's gonna balls out. He's gonna probably make it. Yeah. I don't see any linebackers making it. Diablo maybe if he shows out, has some type of random rookie of the year campaign, or not rookie of the year. He's not a rookie, but you know what I mean. Like have something that's
breakout.
Yeah, like a breakout season. I could see Nate Hobbs making the Pro Bowl. I could see Trayvon Mulrick making the Pro Bowl. I can see Rock Ya-Sin making a Pro Bowl. Would I see people voting for Ya-Sin? No, because maybe he's just too obscure.
I've literally heard people tell me that Rock Ya-Sin isn't that good because he was traded. I was like,
What?
It's
Nah.
it's not. It's
Listen.
the problem is the Rock Ya-Sin. He's not trash at all. It's just the problem that no one knows him. He played in Indianapolis
It's
in
because-
probably the worst division in the conference.
So here's
I will make a statement. The AFC South was a worse division in the AFC East last year. I will say that. I will stand by that 100%. Rock Ya-Sin got stuck on a team that collapsed in the final 2 weeks of the season, and he did not make the Pro Bowl because nobody knew who he was because no one was watching the Colts. That's why I think he didn't make the Pro
he
Bowl last year.
overachieved. And people keep telling me underachieved. He was a top 5 man coverage corner in the league. And you can't tell me he underachieved?
And here's one more thing. Special teams. I can definitely see AJ Cole making it again. As for Daniel Carlson, unless the Ravens make the Super Bowl, because who wouldn't vote Tucker in? He's probably the best kicker we've had in a generation, Justin Tucker. I would probably vote him over Carlson, even if Carlson had a better season, just because it's fucking Justin Tucker.
I mean, debatably, Justin Tucker he didn't even have that. He didn't have a better season.
Here's the reason why I believe Tucker made it over Carlson last year, even though Carlson had a better field goal statistic season. He made the 66-yard field goal in Detroit. That is the reason I believe he made it over that.
Are people ready? Are people ready for the conversation that should never been allowed to be kicked? Just saying. That should never been kicked. Just saying. They ran out. I will stand by it that they were out of time.
Yeah, I will stand by over sometimes last year. I agree with that actually.
Listen, any real Raven fan who isn't going to be biased, go back, watch the tape. You had 0 seconds. I don't care what you say. Anywho, we're gonna move forward because I got Come on. Oh, there we go. What are realistic expectations for the Raiders year one under a new head coach, under a new GM, or not GM, but team president, whatever, under a whole new staff,
almost an entire revamped executive division as well.
And under the new toughest division, football, 100%, not debate.
Yeah.
What are the realistic expectations? I would say the AFC second round or the AFC championship. I think that's the most. I'm not saying Super Bowl because this is what I see. This is a year for building, a year to move on and build this team up and continue to grow as a team. So do I see us making the Super Bowl? No. What do I see? Realistic expectations is 11-6 to 13-4. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'll go next. I suppose. I guess a successful season in my books as a Raider fan would probably need actually winning a playoff game because that would be nice instead of getting bounced in the first round every time. Yeah. As for regular season standings, I would hope or I would expect the team to finish somewhere between 10 wins and 12 wins. I do think there are certain games that, unless there's an injury or, like suspension, that we probably have no chance of winning. Like that LA game, the Rams specifically. That's the only one I have in my mind that it's going to be a very tough way to win that game.
I don't see any game this year being unwinnable. I really don't. I think this is the thing is, we're not going to play around as much as we used to. Right. I think, and I think the Rams' defense is very questionable this year. It's not that good. The secondary is horrendous. Outside of one corner, and Jalen Ramsey has been cooked by Devontae. Who is going to stop Renfro? Who is going to stop Wall? They don't have coverage linebackers. They're not that. Right. They're not that great on the back end. So I'm not worried about that. If you stop Aaron Donald from creating a ton of pressure, you can win this game.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. It's all about Aaron Donald.
Again, I don't think he's going to be this big old force because if he's going against Cole Miller, that's we can win that matchup. I'm not really worried about that. If we can get the run game going and control the clock now, again, I don't think. Like I said, we look at week one. I've already said this. We splitting with every team in our division. We're going 3-3 or 4-2. We can go 3-3 or 4-2. If we do that, that's a win in this division. Out of this division, we got the Cardinals, who without D-Hop, that might be a winnable game.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of the New Orleans game in 2020 when they were without Michael Thomas. It gives me that same type of vibe, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's also in Las Vegas, same type of scenario. You know, you have that QB who's got accuracy issues and arm strength issues. And then it was Breeze. Now it is, Midget Murray. Of course,
We'll see.
you're gonna have those concerns.
The Cardinals are a much worse team than that Saints team was. It is. It's not a great defense. Like outside,
Yeah, the defense is
I-
considerably worse.
that defense is horrible. I'm not even gonna speak on it that much, but shit. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, I think the Titans, the Week 3 game, it's a very
one.
winnable game.
I feel like it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 game. It could be a 50-50 game.
Right. Here's the thing. Recently in history, it's been a kind of back and forth. I don't remember what our result was against Tennessee in 2019, but I remember in 2017, 2016, 2015, we beat them all 3 times, and I think we beat them all 3 times actually in Tennessee. Now, they didn't have Henry in 2015 and in 2016, but you know what I mean? Henry's also going to have that foot injury if you want to think about it, and Tannehill, he just hasn't been the same since LaFleur left Tennessee for Green Bay. I'm just going to say that right now. So I'm not really worried specifically about their offense. It's more so like, will their defense surprise us? That's something else. That's like it seems sort of like an early season trap
If
game.
we stop their run game and their game is in Ryan Tannehill's hands, I'm not worried. I'm not.
Yeah, I believe that
He's a horrible quarterback. He's like the 18th best quarterback in today's league. He is. He's that bad. People overrate him. He's not good. And
he had that one breakout year when he got traded, but besides that, what has he done?
I'm not worried.
Exactly. That's what I said. Let's see what else. That as I said, hang on. I want to say something else. We talked about the Rams game. Do we have any concern at all if Jacksonville? That seems like a trap game, Vinny. That reminds me of the Jets game from 2019.
Oh yeah.
And I don't. Yeah, I know it sounds silly to think about it in the off season right now. And if the Jags are shit like they have been, what happens if it comes down to another scenario where we just get absolutely shit on, like we did in 2019 in New York, or almost again like we did in 2020 against the Jets until Greg Williams did something stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
that seems like
I think the Texans are a bigger threat as a trap game.
Yeah. It's coming up by the Raiders haven't won a bye game.
Wait a minute. Even Seattle, bro. Those are the 2 trap games I see. If we win the trap games that I think that there are, and you win the games you're supposed to, you can easily win 12-13 and win this division. That's my point. And week 5, I don't care if we lose to Kansas City. I would rather lose that and win week 18. That's just where I'm at.
All right, yeah. I believe. That sounds like a good compromise.
And then 4 and 5.
There's
continue.
Yeah, hang on. I was gonna say something, and then you can go. The final game that I have that seems like that we should pay attention to, the Christmas Eve game in Pittsburgh at the Heinz Field. I'm not calling it the new fucking name. It's stupid. It's gonna be cold. We all know the car history, even though it's kind of like shattered by now. I guess it's sort of like turned into like below freezing type shit. But do we see anything like causing problems with that Pittsburgh defense over there now that they have a healthy Watts back? It's late December as well. It's gonna be a night game.
I feel
you think it's gonna be okay?
If they don't have a good quarterback, scratch it, bro. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
we've beaten them with their quarterback play, and we've had their number for 10+ years. It's just the same thing with these goddamn Colts. NFL, stop scheduling us against the goddamn Colts, please. We just shit on them every time. It makes no sense. These are games that you should stop scheduling.
Honestly,
if we
could,
so what I was saying, I feel like the Colts, that could be even though it's early, a bit early. It could be it could be a game that has like playoff implications because
It's
of
a Week
like
11 game. It's not gonna have any playoff implication.
No,
yeah,
I
I
mean
know
like
it's
down
early,
the
but
line.
like it could be. It could be though.
Their season's not going to matter because they're not. If they win their division, it puts no effect on us. That's all I gotta say. They're going to win that division. They're the best team in that division. If they
They
win the
probably
division,
should.
it puts zero effect on us.
Here's the thing, though. They take on the NFC East. That's the only thing I need to say. They take on the NFC East. If we lose to them, and if they somehow end up with a wild card spot, and they have all those sweeps against the NFC East teams, and all the teams in the division besides Tennessee, because that's the only team that can challenge them. If we lose or they lose, that could actually be a major game, like deciding game, and like conference record or head-to-head record when it comes to playoff seeding.
Yeah,
If it comes to that.
We're never going to get to the point where we are dependent on another team. We're going to make the playoffs regardless
Right, we
of
should.
what people think. That's just the point. Listen, this team made a 10-7 as a 5 seed with Derek Carr in this horrendous offense. And this is one of the best teams we've had. I'm telling you right now. I see 12-5 for this team, 11-6, and either of those records are a guaranteed playoff spot. Guaranteed. There's not 7 teams that are going 11-6 or better. Let's be honest. There's 7 teams that go 10-7, maybe or 9-8 and better. But I'm not worried about 9-8 because there's no reason we should be below 10-7. That's my expectations. If we are below 10-7, there's a problem. So like I said, I think, like I said, the Patriots, that's a game we can lose because Belichick knows us. He knows our offense, so we'll see.
Yeah.
49ers, if they can figure out the question marks, we'll talk more about this, the record predictions as the season comes forward, but until I see the 49ers have a more consistent quarterback than Jimmy G, I'm not worried.
That is.
I think we'll see. Realistic expectations, 11-6 or better, and then a win or 2 in the playoffs is where I want to see this team. And then keep on the same team or so. Build on it. Get better drafted players. Replace guys that aren't great with younger guys. Build the future up, and we'll see. 7 years down the road, see what happens, right? But if you guys have anything else to add, you can. Otherwise, we can skip to the next one.
Nope, nothing else to mention about the schedule.
Oh shit, it's already 12. Shit. Anyways, what players do you see that were signed this offseason or have an expiring contract do you see being re-signed or extended?
I feel like probably Denzel Perriman because of what he did last year. I heard that they were in some talks with an extension.
We are no longer in talks of an extension. They want him to prove himself this year, which it has to happen.
Especially since they got Jaylen Brown. Yeah.
I would say Jaylen Brown has a better chance to become extended if he has a great year.
Yeah.
I want him extended.
2019 or 2020, he had a good year, and then last year he got hurt.
Yeah, last year he got hurt. We'll see this year. I want to see him break out. He'll probably be part of the team for the next 4 or 5 years. Denzel can get like a 1 to 2 year extension, nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Darren Waller is someone that can get extended.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Keelan Cole is someone that can get extended. Josh Jacobs, he can definitely be extended. Dependent on play this year, he can be if it's for a reasonable contract. If it's more than 8 to 10 million, he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got to play to the team.
Kenyon Drake, no matter what, is out. Sincere McCormick will be the guy that replaces him and stuff. I hate to tell you, man. I know 24, you made that graphic and stuff, man. But
yeah, man,
this is gonna be Zeus's, Jacobs, and Sincere McCormick's future running back trio. those Sincere had a very, very good college career. If we want to, I mean, I'll revisit his tape, but he was a very good running back. There's no reason he should have fell out of this draft.
Yeah.
I mean, god damn, bro, we just got him. I mean, like, we got a steal, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Foster Moreau is someone I don't see as part of this team at all.
I feel
I've heard.
like Boston Rose garbage. In my opinion, he cannot be a tight end one. He on any team he cannot be a tight end one. He's a tight end two. He has no hands whatsoever.
No, I've heard he's getting beat out by the rookies, so he's not going to make this roster. As far as I've heard, there's almost like his chances of making it decrease by the time he's on the field. So he probably has a better chance to make this roster if he just doesn't show up for the rest of the year. Anyways, by law, Nichols was given a 1 year deal, right, or 2 years?
Nichols was given 2 years, I think.
Okay,
never mind. I'm not gonna talk about him yet. He'll be extended later if he's wanted or needed. Jonathan Hankins is gone. Rocky Sin is someone that's gonna need extended.
Yeah.
Averett will be needed extended. Mullen will be needed to be extended. So there's a lot of guys that can be extended. But we can replace one of those guys easily. So we'll see. This team doesn't pay guys that much. They're not gonna pay the guys. If Averett wants like $12 million, he's not gonna get paid. Duron Harmon will probably be gone after this year because Gillespie will probably take his spot.
Yeah.
Abram is probably gone. Just how it is. Just don't get. I'm telling you, don't get attached to these guys. Don't get attached because these guys might be gone at any point.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys have any other players that can be extended?
Let's see. You mentioned Denzel Good by chance. I think he's still the reliable backup tight.
Yeah, he can be. Just dependent on how much he wants.
So. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing because he's getting paid something like $4 million this year. Colt Miller is actually, I think, 27 or 28 years old after the season. So he's also getting that experience as well. You might not need him. He might not be good after the season for that, veteran energy. So that's another name I would look out for. Let's see. I'm looking through the list as well. I guess maybe if Facko plays well, maybe another 1 year deal for him, or maybe someone else offers him the bag. Yeah. As for everyone in 2023, that's pretty much all I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
In 2024, there's another guy. If Andre James falls out again this year, like he did last year, I want to see him extended.
Yeah, he will be. I've heard actually really good things from one of the players we're going to mention tonight. We'll even talk about between two guys. Oh, I gotta put that down. What's that? There we go. Anyways, yeah. I mean, we'll see. What are some of the biggest advantages for these Raiders entering this year?
Well, I mean, the advantages of having a stacked roster and depth.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the glaring obvious ones. Another advantage might be the deep defensive line as well. So like anyone can fight anyone out in the training camp in the preseason, and you might see a few backups that you wouldn't have expected. As opposed one that could make shocks. It might be actually Peko. He might actually make the roster. Some people most people think he might not because we have Nichols here now. We have the Butlers there as well.
I was gonna say I think some of the biggest advantages is having probably the best overall coaching staff in this division. Having great depth everywhere.
Yeah.
And just moving forward, I think there's a lot of glowing weaknesses with the other teams. I really don't know how many glowing weaknesses this team has. I really don't. Um, so we'll see. I think having the most versatility in this division
Mm-hmm.
is one of the biggest things for us. So we'll see. You guys can add on if you want.
Anything?
There's one more thing I should add. I guess the youth at the secondary. That's also a huge thing that should be mentioned.
Oh yeah.
There's only one guy over the age of 30, and that's Harmon. We signed because
Mm-hmm.
veteran of the defense there. So there's that as well. I believe that's also a benefit.
Yeah.
Because you would see at the end of the week, that child ain't getting a fraction of that money.
Sorry about that. No, I mean we have some great leaders on this team. We have versatility. We have youth. We have everything. We have a future, and we have now. So I think we're going to be one of the more competitive teams in this division. Advantages. The defense is going to switch up as it goes. There's going to be some changes made as the season goes. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if these advantages lead to success or not. So. If you guys have anything else to add on, you can.
I don't have anything. But guys, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to get going because I gotta get gotta get a couple other things done. But I'll be watching the show a little bit later on. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of the stream, guys.
See you, man.
See ya.
Thanks.
Well, I guess it's down to you and me now. Man, this has been the most empty stream I've ever had. Anyways, where will this offense rank by the end of the year?
I think top 5 is very optimistic. I think
I can see at the lowest.
I think the lowest I'd see would be, well, the most pessimistic view. I think it'd be like 18, 19 in the most pessimistic world. What I actually think will happen, where our offense will rank, maybe somewhere around 8, 9, 10. I think that's a fair.
I have us between 5 and 9. It's somewhere in there, maybe even higher, dependent on how fast this offense clicks. If it clicks right off the bat of the season, this will rank in the top 3, like easily. Like if you got Carr, Waller, and Renfrow all near 900 plus yards, you have Derek Carr above 5,000 yards, you're going to have a very, very successful offense. This season will be dependent on the changes made week to week. So we'll see. I definitely think that, again, this offense will click by week 3. Let me do this. Let me see.
I suppose it is also to our advantage that if it does not click, we do have that early buy, one that usually is not as, one would expect. You would hope for something maybe in the middle of the season, like between week 8 or 11. But with that being said, if the offense, because of all the new faces here, does not mesh as, early as we wanted to, you have that early buy. But then again, you also have those preseason games. We have the extra preseason game against Jacksonville in the Hall of Fame game. So we do have that extra, 60 minutes for this, offensive, the play calling on both the offensive and defensive side to get through the players in an in-game situation.
Yeah. Again, I can see this offense between 5 and 9. I don't think it can be lower than 10, to be honest. I don't want to see it. So if there's health, if the team stays healthy, it's definitely top 10. So,
right, I definitely agree. With a completely healthy team, it should be top 10.
Yeah, 100%. For this division, we're gonna rank the division positional things. So like QB, 1 through 4. Who has the best quarterback? I still think it's Patrick Mahomes.
Mhm.
I do think the second best quarterback in this division entering this year is Russell Wilson. I think people forgot who he was, and he's still a great quarterback. But I don't think by the end of this year he's going to have the second best quarterback within this division. I don't think he's going to be by the end of this year. I think Derek Carr will have the second best year of any quarterback in this division, maybe even the best, dependent on quarterback play from Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But entering this year, I think it's Russell and then Herbert and then Carr entering this year. But I think Carr is going to ball out. So
I think I probably have it ranked that same way too. With Patrick Mahomes probably being the best quarterback in the league. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, you can challenge that if you want. I don't
Yeah.
mind. Russell Wilson to Herbert. He's young, but he's got that arm, so 3. Carr is just, I don't know. He's just been like he's more like a better Kirk Cousins. That makes sense. He's underrated in the same sense that Kirk is, but he's got he hasn't had that potential untapped yet because no one's been there to untap it for him. If that makes sense.
I mean, we had Amari Cooper, and people keep mentioning that, but like the guy gave up.
Yeah, Mr. Drops, fucking
He-
Cooper. You want to bring him up? Mr. Drops every fucking ball that he gets thrown at.
He
Remember how
had
many
a
times-
problem. He had a problem for one dropping the ball. If anyone actually does want to come through, actually, I'm gonna give you all the link. But yeah, no, I think but I mean, like I said, Amari Cooper for one was so inconsistent catching the ball, and number 2, he gave up on the team. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. He didn't like the way that Gruden was calling it back in 2018. He didn't want to be a part of the system. He wanted it out. I'm surprised in retrospect that we did get a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, considering his production.
We won that trade.
Yeah, we did win the trade. I do believe that. I believe we got Josh Jacobs out of him, and Dallas got maybe like 2 Pro Bowl seasons out of Cooper, and then what was it, 20? Yeah, it was 20. Was it 2020 or 2021 where he started to suffer more injuries?
Yeah, no. And then they traded him for a 5th. Yeah,
right,
we won.
Exactly.
Running back, I would say, is Denver, us, Chargers, Chiefs. I don't really think the Chiefs, it's a debate because they don't utilize the run game. They don't.
They don't. It's not their focus because they have the Mahomes. I cannot think of who are the Broncos running backs. I know
Javonte and Melvin Gordon. Javonte and Melvin.
Has Melvin Gordon resigned? That's the thing.
Yes, he resigned. I heard he
All right,
resigned.
so yeah, I would definitely put Denver number 1.
I think this year we're going to have a better run game than the Chargers, just because I think we're going to have an improved line and an improved system where it's so much versatility. I think we're going to definitely be better than the Chargers.
Right.
And then I think Austin Eckler, and it's not that I'm wishing injury upon him. I just think Austin Eckler, with that huge workload last year, he's going to suffer some type of injury. We've all seen it. We've all seen this. Running backs suffer injuries after huge workloads, like CMC, Saquon Barkley, guys like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're gonna suffer. He's gonna suffer injury. He can't, because it's just the workload. It's just the running back. It's the most replaceable position in football by a mile. It's not hate on him. It's just the fact that he can be injured. He can be more injury prone than any other player on a running back core. So we'll see.
Right.
Wide receiver easily is 100% 1 the Raiders, Chargers 2. I want to say Chiefs 3. I like them more than the Broncos. I don't like what the Broncos got outside Courtland Sutton. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is definitely 4. I mean,
yeah. I mean, as much as I don't like, or as much as I do not like watching Jerry Jeudy, I don't think he's a good player. He still has that potential that he showed that made him a top 15. Like, what was he, drafted 12? Like, he's a first round pick for a reason. And
he was 16 or something, I think, 15 or 16. But I think we'll see if he doesn't break out this year. I don't know what I'll say. I might go off on Broncos fans because they keep telling me he's better than fucking Renfro. Get out of here with that.
But outside of Jerry Jeudy, you still have other serviceable receivers like Tim Patrick.
I just don't
Charles Fulgham, Hamler.
I like what the Chiefs got because I've heard great things. And here's the thing: what I like more is they're going to get more guys involved than just 2 guys. They're going to have a more workloaded and more, pushed offense to multiple guys. So I think, Juju isn't going to go for 1,200. He's going to go for like 900. You're going to have Kelsey 1,000. You're going to have a few guys there and there going for like 500, 600. So you have more versatility with what they got. So
Right.
yeah, we'll see. I do like the Chargers at 2. I like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, but I don't like them more than what we got on our wide receiver core. I think
Yeah, that's fair to say.
it was showed in the Texans and the other game that they had both, like, one of two missing. If they don't have both those players playing, they're not. We saw them. They fucking suck. They fucking suck. So you can make the debate for pushing them to number 3 and having number 2 the Chiefs, just because you have Patrick fucking Mahomes thrown to you and you have much more depth. I don't like the Chargers as much as other people do with the wide receivers, because if you don't have Keenan Allen playing or Mike Williams playing and you're missing one of them, you're screwed. With the Raiders, if we're missing Devontae, we still have Hunter Renfrow, Keelan Cole. We have serviceable guys. And Derek Carr has been proven Derek has been proven he can play better than
Aguilar.
Justin Herbert.
He played with Zay Jones. He played with all these guys that, turned out to be.
And this is not a crazy take. Derek Carr can perform better than Justin Herbert with less talent. It's just facts.
We saw that last year. He almost had nearly more passing yards than Herbert last year. And, completion percentage, I think Carr had a better completion percentage than Herbert.
Derek Carr was top 10, or he was top 5 in passing yards and top 7 in completion percentage in the league. With some of the most, his wide receivers led the league in drops too. I think it was top 3 in drops. So again, we're gonna see.
I'm looking at this right now. Carr had a better completion percentage than Herbert as well, with worse weapons. I do need to say that as well.
Yes.
Herbert, his guys, they balled out throughout most of the season. Carr's guys, they started slow, apart from Ruggs, who was there early in the season, and then after Ruggs, there was that dry spell of like 6 weeks where nobody could do anything on the offense besides Renfrow and Waller. And then after that Washington game, Jones, Edwards, everyone clicked. It was just like Zen, and with that type of receiving production at that type of time.
Is Herbert is talked so highly and Carr's so disrespected, but he has a better record than Justin Herbert with less talent. I don't know why that's so crazy for people to understand. And I don't think it's crazy, but what is the difference with Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert? They both put up great stats.
Phillip Rivers had better. If anything, I would say if I had to compare the two, Phillip Rivers was more of like a warrior type. Like he wasn't going to leave the game. I mean, he played in an AFC Championship game with a torn ACL.
Yeah,
I have never heard of anyone ever do that.
I'm just saying the fact is they both put up great stats with no success in a way of they're not winning much. So I think they actually both have the same record after 2 years, if I'm not wrong, but we'll see. Moving forward,
after 2 years,
I
don't know, because of the 2006 season with Tomlinson, but I can see not the record, but the passing stats. I could definitely see if they were the same. Yeah,
I think they were about the same, but I just think I need to see something. I need to see Herbert win with talent. I do. It's not even, but we'll see. Tight end, I would say Chiefs and then Raiders, and then the rest is just nobody because both other teams suck at tight end.
I would say, I'd probably say Chiefs, Raiders, and then Chargers because of Donald Parham. I really hope he got better after the concussion and
Donald Parham and Jared Everett. Yeah, they have a better core than I think. The Broncos definitely lack at tight end. We'll see.
Noah Fant, but he hasn't produced much. So I would definitely.
Actually, Noah Fant's gone. He's in Seattle now.
You're right. He got traded in the Russell Wilson trade with Locke.
Yeah, who do they have?
I have no idea.
It don't matter because if we're talking about D line and / edge, Raiders are 100%.
Yeah, I'd probably put Vegas 1 as well. Afterwards,
Chargers.
I don't know. Probably Chargers. Who do they have on defense? Do they have Jerry Tillery still?
I don't know if they do. I know they had Sebastian Day Jones or whatever.
They have Bosa over there as well.
And Khalil Mack, I think they're number 2. Chiefs are 3 because they have Chris Jones or whatever.
Jones.
And then 4,
Yeah.
it's
Denver,
the Broncos.
Randy Gregory.
Randy Gregory.
Bradley Chubb.
Randy Gregory was overpaid. Bradley Chubb just gets injured all the time. I can't trust those two. So, linebacker.
You think I wouldn't put the Vegas number 1. I guess maybe I don't know. What is Denver's linebacking being like? I wouldn't put. I don't know. I don't think I'd put the Chargers there. Let's see. What's their linebacker?
I can see
so
Raiders, Chiefs at 2, Chargers or Broncos at 3 and 4. It doesn't matter. I don't really think they got any proven guys. We have the best linebacker in this division by a mile with Denzel Perryman. Yeah, Divine Diablo, who's going to be the star. You have Jayon Brown, who's great in coverage. He's the best weapon to defend Travis Kelce. I think Trayvon Moehrig will be a guy on him, or even Deron Harmon. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'd probably put Vegas, Kansas City, LA, Denver, or KC, LA, or Las Vegas, LA, Denver. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. And then you got the cornerback group. I'm gonna say Denver 1, Chargers 2, us 3, Chiefs 4.
All right, so let's see. Justin Simmons, Surtain, Williams.
Well, we said corner.
Lewis,
I think corners, if you're looking at
Denver
strictly corner, you got Surtain over there. You got Ronald Darby. You got we got Bryce Callahan over in.
Well, here's the thing. Ronald Darby is just even when he's healthy, he's probably one of the most underrated and one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Problem is he's pretty injury prone. Even when he was in Buffalo and in Philadelphia, he was missing time because of severe injuries. So that's a concern over there. For LA, I think LA, Nasir Adderley, he's underrated. I need to say that right now. Nasir Adderley really good at playing football. That dude is a beast. And a free safety, I don't know. He's one of the lockdown free safeties, I think, in my opinion, in the league. Vegas, very young secondary. I mentioned this already. I do think that it's probably 2, maybe 3. I wouldn't rank it 4. I don't know what Kansas City's just outside of the new Texans guys. Juan Thornhill is still there. I'm not sure if his season was as great as it was in 2020.
No.
But outside of Thornhill, the only recognizable name is DeAndre Baker, and I only remember him because he got arrested for like a domestic assault or like robbery or something in Miami a few years ago.
That's pretty sad. I think they ever shot Fenton or some shit, but I don't really care. I'm gonna say if you're looking at secondaries, I'm gonna say number 1 Denver, number 2 Chargers, number 3 us, number 4 Chiefs.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Now overall teams, I'm gonna go Chiefs 1, us 2, Chargers and Denver are fighting for 3 and 4.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, as I look into this year, I just don't. Here's the point. Denver has a weakness on the front 4, tight end, and the front 7, noticeably more than the Raiders, Chargers, and Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos. Well, we're talking about the Broncos. Raiders, Chargers, and Chiefs. There we go. Sorry about that. I fucked up there. But no, that's kind of the truth behind it. So.
I just saw that Corey Coleman is officially a receiver on the Chiefs roster. I haven't heard of him in years.
Most notably because he was out of the league due to drugs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Don't they have another drug guy?
They do? Wait, what positions?
Fuck. Who was it? Wasn't it last year they gave some other wide receiver a chance with drug? Oh, Josh Gordon. He's probably not on the roster anymore. Never mind.
Josh Gordon, I don't know where he is. Oh, is he in the Fan Control Football League or something like that?
Oh shit, he might be. I don't know, but we'll see. This is gonna be a big year for the Raiders and everything. So we're gonna do discussion. I came up with this one. Derek Carr versus these 3 quarterbacks, and we're gonna say who is better in these specific statistics or whatever. Okay, so Derek Carr versus Matt Ryan. These are quarterbacks that are in that I always see over Derek Carr or in the same tier as Derek Carr. So we'll see. Derek Carr versus Matt Ryan. Arm strength. I'm gonna say Derek.
And Ryan's up there in age. He doesn't have the same juice as he has in the arm as he did when he won his MVP back in 2016. Not the same arm strength as
That
he
should
had.
have still won. That car still should have won. Sorry. Accuracy. I'll say Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's been over his career has been much more accurate than Matt Ryan. I do agree with that.
Throwing under pressure.
Here's the thing, Matt Ryan, it's sort of biased because he had Roddy White, Gonzalez, and Julio Jones over his career, who are all really great possession players. You had that as well. The thing about Michael Crabtree was maybe Andre Holmes in his first season with Carr. Those are the only two like really, really possession receivers I can think of.
I mean,
And then
like
you had
when
Zay
you're under
Jones last
pressure
year.
as a quarterback, Derek Carr's statistically one of the best when under pressure. So I would say he's the better quarterback when thrown under pressure. But
When thrown under pressure, probably Carr, yeah, considering the lack of valuable weapons. But in terms of history, I'd probably go with Matt Ryan. So if you wanted
it's
me to
pretty
choose,
close, I would say.
yeah,
Throwing on the run, neither of these quarterbacks really
yeah,
do too much.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, if you wanted to pick both early in their careers, they were both really good with running out of the pocket and just chucking one down the field. I can remember this specific time when Carr did this against Tennessee in 2016. He threw a ball up to, I believe it was
Didn't-
Crabtree.
didn't Derek Carr do this? And last year against the Steelers in like week 3, just chucked it up to like Henry Ruggs and it was a touchdown
Right.
for 80
But I
yards.
mean, like he threw it. Yeah, but I mean, he threw it like across his body, across the field. Like,
Yeah, no, that's what Derek Carr did, I think, on the plays I'm mentioning.
maybe,
IQ,
maybe.
I want to say Derek Carr, I think.
Yeah, Carr is probably one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. I would say Matt Ryan is like more experienced at like picking out defense almost immediately. But Carr, he's really quick when it comes to like audibling plays.
It's almost like
So there's-
decision making, which is the next one I
exactly.
want to mention. I think Derek Carr decision making, where he will find the right decision. He will run out of the pocket. He will create for his wide receiver to continue to run a different route or something. So,
All right.
decision making can go to either Matt Ryan or Derek Carr.
Yeah, I could just hit the coin flip basically. Yeah.
Impact Derek Carr. I think
Yeah.
the way
Carr,
he
yeah.
impacted this team last year, his leadership, that's not even something I mentioned in this, but I think Derek Carr is better than Matt Ryan by a lot now.
In terms of impact, probably Derek Carr. Yeah, this dude is one of the I guess what is the NFL version of wins above replacement? I believe that if you take Carr out and replace them with someone like Matt McGloin, which we had back in the early 2010s,
Oh,
this
dude.
team would suck.
2016 when he replaced Carr and did nothing.
He got injured, suffered the same exact injury, which sucks. But even before then, in 2013 and 2014, he just wasn't it. He just wasn't the thing. So Carr is. I would probably put Carr above, Matt Ryan in terms of replacement, especially now that Ryan is older.
Yeah. Derek versus Kyler Murray. Arm strength, Derek.
Yeah, probably Derek Carr. Yeah.
Accuracy, I like Derek more for
Carr.
that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
throwing
no shot
under
about it.
pressure.
Kyler Murray. I would actually say Kyler Murray, mainly because he's just able to he's like a Russell Wilson. He can just make magic out of nowhere.
I would say he's more better on throwing on the run. I would give that one to him, but throwing under pressure, I think Derek Carr was ranked in the top. Like, he was ranked up there in the best. So, I mean, throwing under pressure, I think can beat Derek Carr. Kyler Murray, when he's under pressure, he just runs. Like, he's a toddler.
Yeah, he's a scrambler. He's a speed guy.
I found, like, this one clip where he was running away from the defenders, and the caption was, doesn't this man look like a toddler running away from his parents when he steals candy? I'm like, I can see that. Kyler Murray is a literal toddler, bro. Though it's crazy to think that Russell Wilson is about the same height as him. I think they're
he's only about an inch taller than Russell Wilson, but he just seems so much more like a pocket passer in that sense. Like he seems like a more comfortable.
What's cracking,
in the
yo?
pocket.
What's up, Alex? How you doing, bro? If you want to join the discussion with us as we do this Derek Carr versus kind of conversation, click on that link. But yeah, no. Decision making between Derek
Carr.
and Kyler, I would say
Carr.
Derek. IQ, Derek. I mean,
Yeah, probably. Murray is just inexperienced, I think, in Well, I wouldn't say just the quarterback position,
And
but in
even
game
with,
situations,
the next
late
one
game
where
specifically.
we did impact, I would say Derek Carr, because even when he was given nothing, he had a greater impact on his team.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. I'm thinking about Kyler Murray in 2019, especially when you had pretty much no one. If you give Carr legs to be able to run like Kyler Murray, I think Derek Carr gives you a better shot to win than Kyler Murray does. Versus if
In
you
that
give Kyler
playoff
Murray
game-
Derek Carr's arm and his decision making, I still think that Derek Carr is a better, more impactful.
Good, bro. How are you? Just finished my shoot with Dorian Thompson Robinson from, I don't know who that is. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, bro. But with impact. Congrats, by the way, Alex. But no, I mean the impact. Kyler had, when he was not given D-Hop, he was statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, and they were losing like every game. So again, Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray right now. I would say that. Derek versus Dak Prescott.
Okay, well, let's discuss this one.
Arm strength.
I don't know. Prescott, no, probably. I don't know. Carr, I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
Carr has one of the best arms. He's like top start. Oh, damn! Starting UCLA quarterback, 91,000. Fuck, bro. He's got a following, bro. Anywho, Alex, have we talked on Instagram, bro? Do I know you, bro? Anyways, arm strength, I think I can give it to Derek. I don't really care if you go with Dak, but I think Derek Carr's got a better deep ball. He does. It's statistically proven. He's got a better deep ball. He's got more arm strength to chuck it down there with literally just a flick of his wrist. So it's not crazy said. Oh, 24 graphics. Okay, Alex. No, but throwing or no
Hey,
accuracy.
you're in kind of lagging, bro. I'm just kind of like a.
What's up?
Getting cut, sort of, bro. You're kind of frozen screen now.
You can see me, right? Hello.
Yeah, I can still see you. It's just kind of like cutting, if that makes sense.
Very cool. What's that? Let me. I want to look at this next one. Between.
Yeah, that's works. That's better now. Yeah.
Oh. What do you say?
All right. So you were saying about.
Oh, me and him
Prescott
talk
is just
every
like
day. He promotes. Yeah, no. So the next, career-wise, I just want to look at this before I even make it. So between Derek and Dak, accuracy.
Probably Carr. I would take Carr over Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I think it's close. It is.
I do think it's close. Prescott has got slightly a better career passing percentage than Carr, but he's never had as good as a single season as Carr has had.
And Derek Carr has also had more drops from his receivers. That's not a knock on Dak, but Dak's always had better weapons to catch the football. So
Absolutely.
and then throwing under pressure, you can give it to either. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess Derek Carr. I don't know. I haven't watched Dak Prescott under pressure.
No, he folds. I would say
yeah.
he folds more under pressure. So, throwing on the
I cannot remember. Here's the thing. If you hang on, I'm gonna go back to the under pressure thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a game-winning touchdown thrown by Prescott within 2 minutes. I don't think ever. Versus the tons of times I've seen Carr throw within 2 minutes of either or like within like a minute of the second half or 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. It's something like a clutch factor like that. The only time I can think of a Cowboys team actually coming back and winning within within the last 2 minutes was actually in maybe 2020 when they were playing the Vikings and they were being quarterbacked by Cooper Rush, I think it was, when Dak went down with an injury.
Yeah,
but I can't think.
He gave the game-winning touchdown. He threw the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, to CeeDee Lamb, I think it was. Yeah,
he did it in OT against. Oh, he did do that, but like, I mean, that's the only time I can remember though, because Derek Carr has had so many clutch throws.
Oh
The
yeah, I guess he
Chiefs,
did do that.
the Chiefs a few years ago, the Saints. There's so many instances. He even had like 8
The
wins.
Chiefs in 2014.
Wait a minute. The Ravens this year. The Cowboys. He made countless pressure throws. You know, even the Chargers. He practically won them this game, bro. Sometimes with his throwing in the clutch. That's just what I'm gonna say. If you want to talk about
Denver as well. If you wouldn't remember that Denver at home in Week 15, that throw
Yeah.
to Foster Moreau is right there on the 4th down.
Yeah. So,
But
I mean, yeah, it's a lot to talk about, but
right, yeah, I was just saying that I couldn't really remember one from Dak.
I think he's a more. I mean, no, I agree with you. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, he had one recently, but like, let's stop this narrative. Let's stop the narrative that Dak is better than Derek. He isn't. And don't tell me stats because you're not giving me the full story. That's just how I view it. You're not giving me the full story. Alex, do you? What's that, bro? Nah, bro, but I agree, bro. Alex, if I do know you, bro, I do want you to. What's that, bro? Let me do this. Go hit this account up on Instagram. Anyways, that's for anyone who wants to hit me up who doesn't know my Instagram. Anyways, decision making between Derek and Dak, I can give that to Derek just because he's had the better throws. He's known when to throw the ball, and I don't know, man. He just
I think
knows
Dak has a better chance. Here's the thing: Dak has a better, I guess, pocket awareness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he's got like almost like a third eye in the back of his head, just in case like a lineman screws up, which rarely happened with why can't I think of his name? But I can't remember his name, but he's just got that instinct. He just scrambles as soon as he feels like there's a need to just get out of danger. Carr is, I don't know. You've seen him. He sometimes just falls down 6 sacks. Sometimes he tries to get away, but I guess throwing under pressure.
Yeah, that's all, Alex.
Yeah.
Impact. I don't think Dak impacts his team like Derek.
I don't know, actually. This is a really close one because without Dak, I don't think that Dallas is good. I don't think Dallas is good without Dak.
I mean, it's
but
not.
That was Vegas. Derek is without Derek.
It's close, but I will say this: the fact that like Cooper Rush, their backup, was able to win a game and stuff. I don't think we've had a backup that's been able to do that with like our team, and they have more talent to work with a quarterback and stuff. And I don't think I think his wide receivers kind of make him look better than he really is at times. I just want to say that that's not crazy,
right? I mean, you can argue that for all quarterbacks, but yeah, in terms of impacts, I think if you put Dak on the Raiders, they're not as good as if you put Carr
Derek on the Cowboys. Yeah, no, I think that's something I pointed out. I said Derek Carr is a better leader, and he can lead any team better than Dak. Derek Carr would have a winning playoff career over Dak if he was on that team, but it's close. I'll give him that. Derek versus Kirk, I don't think there's too much to talk about. Like arm strength.
I mean, Derek Carr. Kirk is underrated because of his accuracy and his ability to make decisions on the fly. Yes. But he's not he's not exactly a game manager, but he's not exactly like a gunslinger or an improviser.
It's funny because Case Keenum won the Vikings a playoff game. He actually won them a few playoff games. And then they got Kirk, and they haven't had any playoff success. Just want to point that out.
Actually, hang on. I want to point out something. You're wrong there. There was the one game in New Orleans in 2019 that ruined the final goodbye for Drew Brees. That should have been the goodbye. That's just I'm going to say. I know the point you're trying to make, but I just had to point that out.
I think Derek Carr could have even gotten the Vikings to the playoffs more than Kirk Cousins. Derek Carr is a very underrated quarterback, and I actually saw some thing today that this guy was like, I think he said that Derek Carr became overrated. I was like, what? I thought that was crazy. I'll be honest.
Oh, some people are gonna say weird things.
What's up?
No, I was just saying it was. I don't know. It's just an odd thing to say. I think.
Oh, that's a very odd thing to say. How is he overrated when he's barely ever rated a top 10 quarterback?
Mhm.
So, honestly, we might just do our own quarterback list. If you
Yeah, fuck it. You want to do it? We can do it right now.
Yeah. What's that? Let me just pull up a. I'm just gonna pull up a full quarterback list here. So or not QB list, but just let me see what this looks like here. Okay, so I'm gonna say number 1 is Patrick Mahomes.
In the league, Patrick Mahomes probably number 1. He can win you any game.
I think you can debate, Tom Brady in that.
In the league right now, I mean, no, I wouldn't say Tom Brady is number 1. I wouldn't argue for it at all.
I think Tom Brady's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3, I could definitely see him being 2 or 3.
I
But
think
number 1, I think that's Mahomes or Josh Allen territory, or even Rodgers, considering
I will
the
say
back-to-back.
number 1, Patrick Mahomes. I'll say number 2, Tom Brady, just because he still had the playoff success. I think number 3 is Josh Allen.
Right.
Number 4, Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And then number 5, let's see, who would be number 5?
I want to say Russell Wilson. I think people forget who he is. I think when he's healthy, he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I do.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption to make, considering the injury and stuff like that.
I could see number 6. I'm not saying it is Joe Burrow, but I can see the conversation from him.
I don't know. I think he got overrated after
He is
the,
overrated,
Super Bowl,
yes.
right,
I'm
after
going
the
to
Super
say
Bowl run.
right now,
I would
number
say
6.
I would 100% agree he's a top 10 quarterback, but 6. I don't know. I don't really.
I
don't
can
really
see
think I
Matthew
would try and agree
Stafford.
with that. Yeah, Matthew Stafford, I could definitely see as 6. We seen what he does now with weapons around him. We saw what he used to do when he had no weapons in Detroit, and I can argue.
By the way, I don't
say,
want to include. I don't think I'm going to include Deshaun into this because I don't know what he's going to play and I don't know what he is. Until proven otherwise, I'm not going to put him in my top.
Mm-hmm. That's also fair. I think he's gonna spend like 6 games or something stupid like that.
He'll be suspended like that. Number 7, I'm gonna say is Lamar Jackson. I don't know. That's kind of where it gets
Lamar
tough.
Jackson.
It
is tough because now it devolved into a mesh of quarterbacks that that are really good but aren't, or really elite, but they aren't like the top of the top. Like they're not the cream of the crop.
I'm gonna give Herbert 7 or 8. I don't care what you put him. I don't. But my point is, he needs to have a winning season this year. I'm not putting him. I don't know where I'm gonna put him. I can't sit here and agree with people who put him in the top 5 when he is the same thing like Carr. He's had no playoff success, but he's had more talent than Carr, and he's put up all these stats for what? That's just my point. He's done nothing. I said I put up great stats, and his team has not made the playoffs. I'm not saying that's fully on him, but he needs to have some playoff success. I would say that. Herbert, I'll put a 7.
Okay.
8, I'm gonna give Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is still a top 10 quarterback. And then here at number 9, I can say Lamar Jackson. That's not crazy. I think he's lower on the top 10 list, but you can also, I think it comes down to overall ability, and I can see Derek Carr being in the conversation for top 10. I can.
Yeah. All right. So I think after Lamar Jackson, I would actually put him at 7. I would put Joe at 9. I would put Herbert at 8.
Okay.
I think afterwards.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and retract to this. I'm gonna say yes, Lamar Jackson 7. I wasn't even thinking fully there, but I'll say Lamar Jackson 7, Herbert 8, 9 Joe Burrow, and then I can put Derek Carr 10. I think Derek Carr
10.
Dak Prescott's 11. I think Kyler Murray's 12. He's so inconsistent.
Kyler 12. Yeah, probably maybe 11 actually, or maybe 10. I don't know. You could alternate those 3 as well, I guess. I think
Kyler Murray. I think between Kyler Murray and then you have I would say Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan fill out the top 15. Or did we even say top 15?
No, that was 14 quarterbacks.
Who's the
Who would
15th?
be out there?
Ryan Tannehill? I don't know.
No way in hell.
Oh wait,
Um,
did we say? Wait, we said Kirk. We said Dak. We said Kyler. We said Matt Ryan. Shit.
I'm checking the AFC.
I'm not saying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Jimmy G because he's ranked 15th
Right.
on this
You know,
one
I
list.
would say, as much as I don't think it's a good, like I think it's like controversial, but I think Mac Jones is the middle of the pack. Like he's not
Can
that
be,
good
yeah.
and he's not that bad. So 15 seems fair.
Let me see something. Yeah. I'm not ranking him. I'm just going between quarterbacks I see. Lamar, yep, we ranked Stafford. Ryan Whoa.
What?
This quarterback list entering this year has Ryan Tannehill at 12, Stafford at 13, Matt Ryan at 14, Derek Carr at 15, and Jimmy G at 16. What have they been smoking? Oh, nah, bro. I'm getting off that list. That
Yep,
list
right.
pissed me off.
All right. Anyway, let's see what else. What other quarterbacks we got? The new guys there as well. We got Tua, Zach, Trevor Lawrence.
I don't think any of
we
those
have-
quarterbacks are fit. I think if 15, it's between like Ryan Tannehill, Mac Jones. I mean, you can debate Jimmy G,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't care. 15 to me does not matter, right? But the 1 through 14, I will say is. So we're gonna go with Mahomes.
Mhm.
Let me just make sure we write this down so I remember what I'm doing here. So 2, we said was Brady. We said 3 was Allen. 4 was Rodgers. 5 was Wilson. We said 6 was who?
6. You got rid of Deshaun Watson. Let's see. Do we have Herbert? No, I think Herbert was a bit down.
We had
Um,
Herbert. We had Herbert below Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson
So
was
that
7.
7 or we had Jackson. Herbert was 8. We said Burrow was 9. Or not Herbert was 9, but Burrow was 9.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? I'm sorry about that. We just like completely. That's why I write this shit down, so I remember. Wait, we said Stafford.
Right. Stafford 6. Correct.
I don't think that's crazy, to be honest. And then Derek Carr at 10 to me. And then I would say Kyler would be 11 to me. I think he's over Dak at 12.
All right. Cousins, we both agree it's like 13.
I would say Kirk is 13, and then Kirk is 13. I would say 14 would be Matt Ryan, and then 15. Just I don't even care. We can throw anyone in that conversation, but yeah. So guys, our top 15 or 14 entering this year would be Mahomes, Brady, Allen, Rodgers, Wilson, Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, of course, Derek Carr, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, and Matt Ryan. This year, I think we'll do a mid-season tier ranking for who do we think is the best quarterbacks at the week 9 point. I'll have to remember to do that by week 9, and you can join that show for that one. I don't think we're done tonight, but I'm just saying that's going to be something moving forward. We'll update. No, I don't think Jameis Winston is a top 15 quarterback, but he can perform like it dependent on how he plays this year. Deshaun could be a top 15 quarterback, but I don't know how much he's going to play, so we'll see.
I do think that Baker Mayfield is probably in contention for that 15 spot too. I know he was injured, but I don't know. People are hating a lot on him for some reason.
I think this year, the 15th best quarterback could be honestly even Zach Wilson, dependent. I mean, he has an improved team around him. Good coaching, finally. I think it just depends on how he performs. He has now Garrett Wilson.
I mean, their defense is getting better under Saleh, so there's that too.
Their
so
offense
I do think the Jets,
finally,
they're a team.
Their offense is Breece Hall next to Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson. They have guys. I think they're going to be good. One of the last conversations tonight, unless you have some more that you want to talk about. is Hackett and McDaniels. Who is a better head coach hire, and whose team will perform better this year?
You know,
So
Nathaniel Hackett, we know him because he's been under LaFleur. I mean, he helped Tannehill, you know, find his form in 2019, working with LaFleur, and then in 2020, 21, he was with LaFleur in Green Bay, working with Rodgers. I'm not sure how much of Rodgers, improvement in his back-to-back MVPs is actually a result of Hackett or LaFleur, but I think it's fair to assume that if he did develop Justin or Jordan Love, he did a very shit job of doing that. I would say that as a QB coach, we saw him in Kansas City.
He's proved
very
nothing
terrible.
to me.
Yeah,
He's proved nothing. So,
he was
and
bad.
him being under Matt LaFleur was the reason that offense was good. To me, McDaniels has proved more than anything any coach in this division of winning. He's been with some great organizations. We'll see.
I mean, people would like to remember that McDaniels is more of the, fronting the ball on third down, or his terrible stint in Denver, which actually, if people remember, got off to a good start. And then also in 2007, he was the offensive coordinator for New England after Mangini left for New York. He took over there. So, there's also that. He was also partially responsible for that incredible Brady-Moss connection. So you have that to think of as well.
Yeah. I just don't think that Hackett has proved anything.
Yeah.
If he didn't even have any say in the development of Rodgers. He did a horrible job with Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see.
I think McDaniels going into the season is probably the right option over Hackett.
I think Hackett was a horrible coach hire. I don't think he was that good. He wasn't. It's not crazy.
I don't remember who else Denver had as their candidates looking back or thinking back. But if they picked Hackett, it must, they must have not thought, anyone else was going to fit. But then again, it's John Elway. So you never really know if he's all right or not.
Uh-oh. Oh, Spencer Webb died. I don't know who that is, but oops. Anyways, I just think that we went with the right head coach hire. People can tell me what they want. So yeah, I don't know. Do you got any other topics you want to discuss tonight?
Topic specifically? No, I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be out next
Training camp is
Wednesday.
right around the corner.
Yeah, no, I've heard
report days. The report is like in a few days. So
we'll get a lot from that. I've heard a lot of good things from Tyron Johnson, so he could be fighting for wide receiver 3, but we'll see.
Right.
Keelan Cole is someone that can definitely fight for that, so we'll see. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about for right now, but next week's show won't be on Wednesday, so I'll let everyone know when that is. I am going on vacation on Monday, and I'll be out till Friday, y'all, so I will let y'all know when the next video is. Thank you for pulling through for anyone who came through, and I'll see you guys soon. Sorry, guys, we couldn't get everyone to come through. I thought we were going to have 6 people on tonight, but we only had 3. Thank you for everyone who came through. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's continue the growth. Thank you.